All right, let's turn to the team. We go from the defending national champions to the team that the field of 68 had as number one in the preseason. A team that reasserted themselves by going to Virginia and beating the Cavaliers. And not winning by 1 or 2, but beating them by 8. It's the Houston Cougars. John Henson, lead us off.
Is there any way? Yeah, I'm gonna go consistency. I think consistency makes them a national championship front runner. They look shaky against St. Mary's, Oregon, Kent State. They lost to Alabama, played some close games, and then they waltz into UVA, which, as we know, is a very tough place to play, and they dismantle a good UVA team. So can we get some consistency from them? And I think that makes them, the best team in the country, in my opinion.
I'm going to get football pads that they bring with them and they hand to the opposing team, right? Because anybody that Houston plays, they're going to out tough.
Yeah.
What Kelvin Sampson has done down there, it doesn't look comfortable to play against the Cougs. And not only that, they have spectacular guard play. Sasser hasn't been what we thought Sasser was going to be. He's going to gain his footing, and you're probably going to see the best version of him in March, in April, because Houston is that good and they have that many pieces. But bringing shoulder pads, bringing bubble wrap for all I care. We got to get some protection for whoever they play because it is not comfortable to play the Cougs, the most physical team in college basketball. And if you go and win at Virginia during the Tony Bennett era, you got a bunch of tough dudes, and that's significant.
For me, it's all about health. It's all about health for Houston, right? I mean, that kind of held them back. Look at what Kelvin did last year without Marcus Sasser and Tremont Mark to get him as far as he did without those two. So Sasser obviously out for the year last year with the toe injury. This year he's been banged up with multiple injuries. He was wearing goggles or glasses up until the last game with an eye injury. I think the biggest thing that Kelvin Sampson and Houston needs here is just to stay healthy, because if they can do that, there's no reason Houston can't cut down the nets in Houston this year.
So bubble wrap for them too. They can use it for them and the other team.
Yes.
I'm with
that. for both teams. Yeah. I would say perimeter shooting. Perimeter shooting goes up and down for them. It's not great. And we all know what can happen in March. If you show up and you can't hit the broadside of a barn, you might be talented as hell. But it could be 2 hours and all of a sudden your season's over because you simply could not make a shot. And then I would look at Marcus Sasser and Jamal Shed and say, hey, here's some hydrotherapy machines. Take the afternoon, those big hydro machines, the ones that LeBron made famous.
Henson was in them plenty, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean those things. Hey, look, those things get you right, man. When I was in Cleveland, LeBron actually had one when I got traded there, in the middle of the training room, literally in the middle. You know what I mean? So maybe I should have gave them that gift too. I like that.
You know what I'd also like to give them? Air conditioning in Kelvin Sampson's doghouse, because that seems to be a rotating endeavor.
Is that where Arsenault was last game?
I don't know, but I'm guessing so. But there's always somebody in there. So get some air conditioning in that doghouse.
Heck yeah, absolutely. And Henson, by the way, I didn't even get to this. This is important. How much time do we have? We have 30 seconds. You like Cleveland, right? Tell Terrence you like Cleveland.
Man, I live right next door to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. There's a nice Mexican spot on the water. I had a great apartment I could see the Cleveland Browns Stadium. I had a blast. But now remember, I was coming from Milwaukee now. So
he was wearing shorts out there looking at a frozen lake in Cleveland.
It's like going from Jersey to New York. You know what I'm saying? So it was I like Cleveland now.
I like that. I like hearing that. There it is. There's the Houston Cougars, some hydrotherapy, some three-point shooting. We'll see if the real Marcus Sasser, the one that we have known, can keep on raising his game.